Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So when I was a tween, about 11 years old, I had to pick between three types of adult media to grow out of the cartoon phase. It was either Turkish dramas, Korean dramas, or local aka Moroccan dramas. This is what my local TV and cinema variety had to offer. And I picked a different route just like many Gen Zers. I picked American TV. So I basically grew up with the same content, ideas, and values as any actual American. Watching Pretty Little Liars, NCIS, Bones, CSI, Vampire Diaries, Teen Wolf, etc. And I still represent the minority because most of my friends and people around me say that they grew up with Turkish content or Asian content. Today, as a 21-year-old and a very whitewashed person, I try to keep an open mind and consume other media other than Netflix and American things because I want to better understand how my other peers have grown up. Today, I want to focalize on the Eastern Asian content. Okay, because when I refer to Asian media, I mostly mean K-dramas, K-pop, anime, and manga. And being involved in the culture as a whole, either consciously by wearing clothes and adopting their style and culture, or unconsciously in the way you think and behave. So, I want to explain today why, until now, I still cannot get into the whole Asian media bubble. So let me have a huge disclaimer. I am in no way dissing the culture, media, or any of the things I'm about to mention in this video. I am simply stating why it's very hard for me as an whitewashed adult person to enjoy what my cousins and my best friend is enjoying. And I am fully aware that when I refer to manga, anime, and K dramas and K pop, I am referring to two different countries, aka two different cultures, aka a totally different way of thinking. But you can't deny that most people kind of have, if they like one, they would like the other, and they all kind of go in the same route. So it's okay if I have a generalized view, especially that my problems are almost similar in different mediums. Now that we got that out of the way, let me explain. I believe it's more than just a matter of taste. Let's start with anime. Whenever I read the synopsis of a show, the plots are always intriguing and quite catching and very, very creative. The characters always seem cool and the type to aspire to be like. My favorite type of character will always be that snarky, mysterious, stoic, and less talkative anti hero, or sometimes it is the hero. And K dramas too. They have potentially really good storyline and just very, very gorgeous cinematography quality, because I cannot emphasize how pretty and beautiful the colors and visuals are in your average K drama compared to the average American show. And so it's for anime, the way I will always and forever appreciate the artwork and just how much the level of thought is in every character design and every aesthetic design. However, and big however, with that aside, yes, they look good, yes, they have potentially amazing storylines and amazing plots, but then the writing is bad. Let me elaborate. As someone who's very, very critical when watching something, I believe that I would go into an anime or a K drama watching it with so much more criticism and an analytical eye than your average K drama enjoyer. And I expect it to just be sensical. I expect ties to be made for all the subplots. I expect things to make sense, to have a very, very logical explanation for threads and character actions, especially if it's a fantasy or horror or something that is quite complex. Things have to be logical. And almost always, and I say almost, things in K dramas are happening just because. And people are just doing things just because. And I kind of envy the people who would just go and watch something and enjoy it for the sake of it without being this analytical about it. But as someone who made this channel, it's obviously I'm not one of those people. I just cannot say this that it is the same problem for anime because yes, most animes have very strong storyline and writing, but my other problem with anime, my huge problem with anime is how slow, or rather over explanatory and over detaily and over telling everything is. I just don't like the way in K dramas and anime everything has to be over explained and over detailed, and they just seem to not trust the viewers to understand things on their own. It's like they're dumbing us down. And I'm pretty sure the Asian audience is no less intelligent than any other audience. So why do we have to make media for them that is very, very over-explanatory? I wouldn't say that this is applicable to comics because when I read a comic, I can choose the pace and the speed in which I read something, so it doesn't really make it that bad. And if things are being over explanatory, I can just skip a little over them, and at the same time I'm enjoying the pretty visuals and the pretty artwork. And this is again a very, very interesting issue. It just shows that the problem at the end of the day is in when the medium is in a TV show or a show in general. If you adapt a comic to an anime, you're either nailing it or you're making it less than the actual value of it. And till now, I would still rank these this way. I would read a comic or a manga, and I wouldn't have a problem with it. Most mangas and comics that I've read weren't that much of a disappointment, and I could watch an anime if it's really, really that good. But I just can't seem to stand K-dramas or Chinese dramas for that matter, or Japanese dramas. But sometimes, and just sometimes, Japanese nails horror, and that is for another video. But overall, the K-dramas are just so problematic. I can't. Other than the fact that writing is mostly very awful, and it is not a matter of culture. That's not how they talk. No, it is not because they're like that. No, it is because the writing is supposed to dumb out the viewer, which are mostly girls, and honestly, I can see a little bit of a misogyny in there. And again, this is in no way, shape, or form to offend anybody. I am just stating my thoughts. So to summarize, I am no expert, and I have seen and consumed few Asian media, and the whole point of this video is to understand why, as someone who is this much open-minded and wants to enjoy everything on the planet, I just cannot seem to get on with these mediums that I just mentioned, except for the few times like stuff like Squid Game, Alice in Borderland, All of Us Are Dead, Death Note, etc. Like the classics. So, am I right? Is it a content issue, or am I just too used to American things and American products, the way they just have very, very solid storylines most of the time, and the way they know the viewers are very critical, so they try their best to have very compelling and very representative shows. Leave me the comics down below. Tell me what you think, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.